my goodness gracious.
Lord have mercy.
Here
we should do a
are.
prayer.
Okay.
Shall we? Dear Lord, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for bringing us this meal, for bringing us these people,
Yeah.
for bringing us. I mean, I grew up a little Catholic boy. I was never, my mom was like, someone has to say grace. I would be like, fuck no.
I don't know how to.
You'd
I
flip the
don't
table.
either.
Hi guys, welcome back to Hot and Bothered.
Welcome back, girlies.
I'm Cedar Sham,
I'm Chris Bruno.
and we're here with a special guest this week. This is PJ from Poster Journal.
Jojo Siwa, yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
we found him on the street last night, and we decided to take him in.
Exactly. You
And
know what? You know I love to feed homeless people and give them cigarettes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I just
Eat the cigarettes.
eat the cigarettes. Exactly.
Eat the cigarettes, exchange a couple. I'm sorry, I have to apologize for my voice. I sound like Lindsay Lohan after a long night, but that's
I'm so
exactly who I
jealous.
am this morning. But yeah, just bear with me. Anyway, back to you two.
I don't know what we were saying.
Well, they
That's
adopted
it.
me, and
Yes.
so
Exactly.
that's the new
Exactly.
family
Yes,
unit
we're gonna
doing.
finalize it this afternoon. We're gonna head to the courthouse, and that's basically it. So here we are, and
Yeah. Do we want to do a little intro for you?
Fine.
Who are you?
fine.
Why are you here? What do you do?
Okay, so it all started. I'm PJ.
When a
I'm
man
Poster
and a
Journal.
woman love each
Yeah,
other.
Exactly. I found them. I'm an Instagrammer. That's
yeah, we just need
That's
to,
how
we need
bleak
to-
everything
we
has
need to
gotten.
clarify that.
Yeah.
He found us.
Instagram. Yeah, on Instagram. I found them, and I begged to be on here, and we made it happen.
And
I
here
love
we
that
are.
narrative, and I'm
Yeah.
fine running with that.
Because I want to be famous for talking to camera. I want to get paid for talking to camera.
Well, we're not paying you, babe.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
So I don't know
Imagine.
what
We all
you-
start
I don't know
somewhere, so-
what you're
Imagine.
doing here.
I do also want to say, I don't know if I've told you this yet, but like, okay, so you followed us and then
Yes.
I followed you back. And then there were like a few little comments here and there. And I fully thought that I was like flirting on Instagram with some like chubby alt girl that lives in Arkansas with like a septum
well,
piercing.
you're looking at her, so
I'm like,
yeah.
And then you posted that video the other day,
Mm-hmm.
your little like Q&A situation that you did. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Well,
I'm obsessed.
were-
People think I'm a girl, and I love that.
No,
love
I
like,
do
that's
too.
the whole
Yeah.
point.
No, exactly. Like
I must be a girl. There must be
You-
a girl inside.
You're
Exactly.
I
a
just need to get
woman.
those tits.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You-
Yeah, so then I was like shook, and I was like, of course it's
Yeah.
You're
literally
like, I only
gay.
get along with.
I can't get away from that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did say
yeah,
that to
yeah.
you in a DM. And then from that moment on, which I hate myself for this because it's like so anti-female of me, but then I was like, oh no, you have to be on the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
So here we are.
Wait, what do you mean that's so anti-female? of
Because
you?
at first I
Well,
just
she doesn't like women.
I don't like women, so I didn't want a female guest.
But
you
you're
know,
a feminist.
that's why I said anti-female.
Okay, I'm already lost.
She's on that new thing.
Do you know what satire is?
No, I have no idea. I have no idea.
No, anyway. Okay, so here we are.
Yeah, and I resonate with this, so we're gonna do like our hot and bothered. That's why I wanted to be here, because I want
Okay,
to complain
I'm so
about
glad.
things.
Obviously,
I'm so
that's
glad.
the
I
whole
love
point
that.
I need
of
an outlet, as if I don't already do that.
Shall we do our little intro situation, or what the fuck? Do we even need to do that? Like our little
What-
saying?
Can you remind me what it is?
I literally was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, on this podcast we talk.
Yes. Should we say it together?
No, God, no. On this podcast we talk about everything that we find hot as fuck.
And everything that bothers the absolute shit out of us.
We have no credentials.
Minimal life experience.
We never agree with anything we say, so don't take any of our advice seriously.
Yeah, and that's about it. Zero credentials, minimal life experience, and don't take any. Yeah, that's it.
And same applies
What
to our
else?
guest here.
Yeah.
A+,
Don't listen
yeah.
to anything
Yeah.
that he says.
Yeah.
Or she. What are we going by?
We're going
What's your
by
pronouns?
it,
It- that.
yeah.
Don't
That.
listen to
I'm an
that.
object.
He, they.
Don't listen to that. And
Should we get into it?
let's fucking get into it. Who
Okay,
wants to
I
go
was
first?
thinking about this, and we've talked about this. Who wants to go first? I think
Sure.
Chris should
Yeah.
go first.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Hi,
hot
Chris.
this week.
Wait, you
Yeah.
should ask him.
Oh my god, I'm honored.
What am I asking?
You're
Are
asking
you
me
hot or
if
you
I'm hot.
bothered?
Are you hot or bothered?
$1 million question.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hot actually.
Slay.
I'm hot
because you can't speak properly today.
because I can't speak and my vocal cords are just completely disappearing.
obliterated. He has notes.
Obliterated. They're just covered in vape juice.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I'm hot this week because I feel like the world is coming to terms with the fact that cancel culture is just like not the vibe.
Yeah.
And it's really refreshing to be able to experience that. Like I feel like we were in such a deep dark hole of like what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and like everyone was conforming to like, you know, like when COVID times, like everyone was like the world's ending, like we
Yeah.
can't say this, we can't say that. Like I feel like it went so far that way that now everyone's like retracting and everyone's kind of been like slapped in the face and they're like, okay, this is fucking whack.
We're also just creating the most boring and bland society by like canceling everything.
1,000%. Like we need the controversy. We need people like us who are completely
Inappropriate,
not fit for society.
non-PC.
Yes, exactly.
And we should be allowed to say stupid shit.
No,
Like
We should be, but like everyone
1000%.
fucking does. Like it's like it takes so much energy to like monitor that kind of thing
Yeah.
that it's like where the fuck do you draw the line? And I feel like people are just completely fed up with it and I'm really fucking here for it.
I want to say this is like not really on the topic, but also like when cancel culture was like becoming a really big thing, like, and somebody would get like an ounce of attention, like on the internet or wherever, people would like go to the depths of the fucking ocean to like find things from their past that
Yeah.
are no longer relevant
Yeah.
and dredge those things up and then cancel them for that.
Yeah.
And I feel like, first of all, there's too much content on the internet now that like you just can't physically do that. Like it's just not possible. And second of all, like why are we reaching so hard to like find reasons to like cancel people?
Because people have no fucking life.
People
yeah,
have
when
no
your
life.
life is in the shitter, like
Yeah.
when
You're
have
gonna-
nothing better to
When
do.
you're
gonna do
so
that.
bored,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
it's basic. It's just envy. It's simple.
that's really true.
But it's funny, and like if you're ever threatened with being canceled, it's simple. You just don't believe it. You just don't
Yeah.
apologize.
like if you
Yeah.
don't subscribe to cancel culture, then you can't be canceled.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
you don't need to post anything about it. Or if you do,
Yeah.
you can make fun of it. But you don't need to be like
Precisely.
little flops in Ohio are pissed, so I have to address this. No, you
Yeah,
don't.
like
No,
oh
you
my
don't.
god, did I
don't.
offend these fucking losers that like don't even have a real fucking screen name or username?
No, exactly. Like people that don't have a profile picture and
Yeah.
they're like like I said earlier, somebody commented on one of our videos the other day and they were like, not this podcast getting canceled before it ever becomes a thing. And I'm like, can you
That's
cancel
flattering.
us?
That's
like
flattering.
Like what is there to cancel? We've been canceled. We were canceled
we
before
canceled
it came
ourselves.
on. We are actively canceling ourselves every time we fucking talk.
So what do you think
Like
you're
what
doing
is the
about
point?
it?
No one fucking cares.
Is that comment really gonna like
Like,
be our demise?
I don't know. It's fucking weird. People are fucking weird.
Okay, so tell us, can you explain and expand on your philosophy in terms of like how to not get canceled, quote unquote?
Well, okay, so did you see, and who knows, but there was like that person that did the let them eat cake thing.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Hallie, whatever the fuck.
And
her
I don't
name
want to know
is.
anything about it because
Yeah.
like what the hell?
I
Who
love
cares?
that.
I have no idea
Ignorance
what we're
is
talking
bliss.
about.
So there was
Okay,
this girl
perfect.
who's like some TikTok some stupid thing that you don't need to know about. And I guess she said let them eat cake at the
The
Met
Met.
Gala or something. Why was she there? I don't know. I don't even think she was there, but she just made
I
a
think she
video.
was.
She's made a video or something. Let them eat cake, and that's harmless. But people need to find a reason to be pissed. That's
Yeah.
99% of what's going on is people need an avenue. Yeah, go
Let
ahead.
me add something. She was wearing like a Marie Antoinette inspired
Yeah,
dress.
it was cool.
And so she was like doing like the Marie Antoinette bit and it was let them eat cake. So then it
Yeah.
turned in carry on.
Right.
She was
and-
being playful.
Right.
Yeah, and it doesn't. Who did it hurt? Like but
Right.
people need.
People have
People are miserable and they need they need
have
something to be mad about.
displaced anger and
Yeah.
they need to attack people who are just simply living their lives.
Right.
Right.
I obviously have no fucking idea why that's offensive because I know nothing about history or Marie Antoinette. But are you going to tell me?
She didn't read the room.
She didn't read
She
the
didn't
room,
read the room.
and that's her bad. However, do I think she did it with like bad intentions? No, I think she's just probably a fucking idiot.
That's it. She
She's
just was.
just
She
an
just was
idiot.
being stupid.
You gave an average white girl with I don't know her. I can't speak to how many brain cells she has. I haven't counted.
Probably
but
more
like
than
you
us
gave this
combined.
person a platform and then you're mad because like they don't use their brain sometimes and it's like what do you expect?
Yeah, and I guess that's what it just comes with it. But she didn't need to. She could have just pretended it didn't happen. She could have just laid low. But
Right.
I think she did like apology videos or
She
something.
did. And everyone was
And-
mad about that.
Yeah, and it's like you don't. this is a specific situation, but in general, I would say you don't need to apologize. You don't need to make it a real thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I
Right.
don't know.
I agree. I do agree that this is a specific situation and
Yeah.
it's like own issue.
Publicity
but like
nightmare.
in general, like using that as like a very broad example, yes. Like just don't address it. Who fucking cares really? Like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what she's going to do now. She's going to go work at,
McDonald's.
DSW. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's insane.
DSW.
Why not? Why not?
Slay.
I just
She'll be fine.
I don't know. I had really two really important things to say and I completely forgot. And I've been sitting here trying to remember what I was going to say.
Well, that's the episode.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
We already touched
Don't
on
forget to
topics
use our
we
code.
Chris is already
Shein.
losing his train of thought.
Brandy Melville is
2
sponsoring.
minutes into it.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to canceling cancel culture.
We're just not going to do it anymore.
Just who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, it's inevitable.
It's
And
also flattering.
Yeah.
I think so as well. But the little bit of hate that we've experienced from these people
Yeah.
is
That's cool.
right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm flattered. Yeah.
I have something to say.
Talk.
I am obsessed with the fact that people are so obsessed with canceling people when it's like, okay, what happened to like letting people make mistakes? First of all, like I've made a million of them. You have too. Like we all can admit that. But like, I love that there's people out there that like take their significant other back after they've cheated 1,500 times.
What's going on with that?
And then they're like, what is going on with that?
that's
But then
not-
they're like, oh, this celebrity said something wrong. Canceled.
Oh, then that's the misplaced
So
anger thing.
we
Like,
can't
you need to put the anger on
forgive-
him and not on a stranger.
We can't accept that this celebrity can make mistakes or this influencer can make mistakes, but we can accept that your boyfriend who's cheated on you 16 times in the past week can make mistakes and he's sorry and we forgive him.
So are people getting back with people that cheat on them? Is that a thing? People do that?
I have never put myself in that situation.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Not to my knowledge.
Say.
It's a very scary thing, but it's also like,
I think if somebody cheated on me, like, I really think that if somebody cheated on me, that in no world would like the trauma that I know I would put myself through moving forward with like having to think about that constantly. Like if this person was next to me at any like I would not be able to look at them the same again. I would be
No.
like, you're a fucking cheater. Like point blank, period, done. Like I never want to talk to you again. Like it's over. Talk
Yeah.
about canceled. Like cancel that
Canceled.
relationship.
Yeah.
Like I'm out of here. 86'd it. Gotta go. Done. Like there's no coming back for me
Yeah.
with that. Like if somebody cheated on me, I just feel like it's like, you, okay, like
Yeah.
they're going to be a cheater for the rest of your life. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I just don't, logically, that makes no sense. I'm a very emotional person in relationships, but like, I feel like that's where I draw the line with like, I would literally be like suicidal every day. Like I would put like, I don't know. And I just have no interest in being in a situation like that where I'm like constantly torturing myself. Like that doesn't make sense.
It's really simple. Like, then you don't like me. Then I gotta go.
Exactly.
Right.
Like
Oh, you
why
don't
did you
respect
I don't,
me.
and I don't even need to
Yeah,
like blow up about
exactly.
it.
It's a respect
like,
thing.
I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I
I'm
gotta
not
go.
taking this
Yeah.
personal, babe.
I'm also
like,
not gonna spiral over this, but like,
yeah.
I would. 1,000%.
Sure, but I don't know. I've never had it happen to me.
I
so
don't know. I'm the kind of person where like, this is gonna sound crazy. I'm the kind of person where I feel like breaking points are kind of necessary in like
What do
any
you mean?
situation. Like I feel like for me, like getting to it like a breaking point where I'm like about to lose my mind or something catastrophic needs to happen in order for me to get closure.
Oh.
You know what
For
I
you to
mean?
like say, okay, closing that chapter.
Oh, it can't like fizzle out.
No, like something like kind of catastrophic needs to happen for me to be like, well, no, I mean, both situations have happened to me, but okay, let me rephrase that. I find it easier when something catastrophic like that happens for me to just like shut up, like, and immediately get over it. Like, I don't have to like, the feelings aren't going to fester and I'm not going to like overanalyze it. I'm like,
Right.
this catastrophe happened and it set the precedent for like how I'm going to move forward. And I'm usually just going to remove myself from that situation. And then it's like, I just feel like it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Does
Yeah.
that make any sense?
Yeah.
And I've discovered like that it's very fun to deep dive into the drama
I'm like,
after
it's
something.
very fun to cause the catastrophe.
Well,
You're like, let's talk
exactly.
about that.
That's kind of fun.
Let's
That's
cheat.
kind of fun.
Yes,
Let's be cheaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's very gratifying and delicious and fun to get really melodramatic over things. And so it's sort of a choice, you know?
Yeah.
You can sort of like be like, oh, this is over. Like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Or you can really go into it. And either is fine. Either is kind of fun. It's very good for art to get really melodramatic
Oh,
over a situation.
1000%.
Yeah, it
And
writes
to like
itself. It's so fun.
overanalyze it to pieces, talk it to death. Okay, I need to know
I just wish I could be that kind of person, but I'm not.
You can.
to overanalyze things.
I can't.
I don't know how to live any
I'm like
other way.
too like scatterbrained. I'm just like I don't know. I don't think about anything, as I've stated so many times. My brain can only go like 1 inch deep, but you guys are like 2 miles down.
Oh, 1000%.
I'm like not that
Yeah, we're
intelligent.
mole people in the earth, yeah.
intellectual.
But I think that's why like people like us like you. It's because like it allows us to like be a little more
Stupid.
shallow.
Oh my god, am I shallow?
No. Yes. Okay.
Interpret that how you
I need
wish.
to know. I need to know more about your dating situation. Have you ever been cheated on? We started talking about cancel
Oh,
culture.
yeah.
Now we're talking about cheating. But let's just do
So
it.
I have been married once to a woman.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Are you fucking
I'm
kidding?
kidding.
Oh my god.
I was about to fucking slap you. I was like, I'm not
So,
fucking
and we can talk
buying
about marriage
this.
because I'm so like confused about marriage.
Same.
I've dated very little, and for a while I thought I was asexual. I still kind of think I am because
When
I
did
just
you-
don't get it.
When did you come out?
I never was in.
Oh,
I've
slay.
always been a
Obsessed
little
with
gay
that.
boy.
Yeah.
Love
You know?
that.
Okay.
Always a little gay boy.
Good.
Never confused about that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I've had like every 9 months I get this intense urge where I'm like, oh, I need a husband right now.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna get it. And when I want something, like I'm like, let's find the easiest, fastest, most efficient route. I don't want to do any slow burns. I'm not patient like that or whatever.
You're like, hi, I'm in love with you. Let's go.
Yeah,
sign
I'm
the
like, this is a business
declaration.
project to me
Yes,
right now.
yes,
Like,
Right.
you know, this
yes.
has nothing to do, and it's like psychotic. But I get that urge every 9 months, and I'm like, oh, it's time for a husband. When I don't have that feeling at all
Yeah.
prior, and then I go through that, and I find a candidate in 3 weeks, and then it burns out in 6 weeks, and
Stunning.
that's what happens.
And then you get your little fix, and
yeah,
you move
and I go,
on.
oh, I just remembered why I don't like that.
Yeah,
You know,
Right.
I just
yeah.
remembered why that's not a thing
Yeah,
for me.
you get a little
So,
taste, and
we'll
then
see.
that's it.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe something will happen, but
I'm curious.
Have you ever had a serious long-term relationship?
I would never call anything serious.
Good, and keep it that way.
Yeah.
I have a question.
But there's been long things, but I don't know.
What?
That's
What is your method of exit? Are you a ghoster? Are you like, hi, I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
sorry?
Well, I just experimented with ghosting.
Oh my
and
God, honey.
I kind of have a take on that where people are very, you know, the algorithm will show you things that like are happening in your life. And when that was going on, I saw a lot of reels or whatever. I don't TikTok because I would get too addicted, but I was getting a lot of reels about why ghosting is like so bad or whatever. And fine, maybe it is, but my take is that you're not entitled to an explanation
Exactly.
from me, and also I'm not entitled to an explanation from you.
Yes,
If you
bitch.
don't like me, if you think I'm gross, if your mind
I'm
changed,
like, I don't want to know.
you don't need to tell me, and you don't owe me shit about shit. You do not owe
Yeah.
me. We're not married.
Yeah.
Like you don't owe me anything.
Yeah.
And so the ghosting thing is really like get over yourself. Like
Yeah.
people don't owe you, or people say like, well, you should tell them. You should text them. Do you want me to tell you why I don't like you? Is that
Exactly.
really what you want?
I would rather
you out of
gouge
your
my eyes
mind?
out with
I
a
feel like
spoon.
for me, at least, it's like ghosting is so normal that it's like once you
Well, we're calling
once
it-
you have to like think about it. Once you're like, okay, is this happening? Like whether like I'm ghosting him or he's ghosting me or whatever it is. Like once it's happening, or once you think about it, it just manifests itself.
Right. And I'm the person that you give me any weird signals. Oh, got it. You don't like me. But there are other people who like I could spell it out with blood on the wall. I don't like you, and they're like, I'm not sure. Maybe you like me.
That's me.
And it's
I'm
like,
like that.
well, you gotta be sensitive. Have you ever seen that lady who's like sprinkle sprinkle? Have you ever
Yeah,
seen
of
that?
Yes.
course. Love her.
She's very right. Like the moment there's any weirdness,
Yeah.
gotta go.
I'm getting
gotta go.
better at that. But I do want to say this is why earlier when you were saying like you need like a catastrophic event to happen for you to like, okay, this is a clear ending to like this situation. That's why, like, you and I always have this conversation. I'll be like seeing a guy or whatever, and like I'm like I need like a clear, definitive ending to anything in life. And so I'll always say to Chris, like, even if it's my choice, I'll always say to Chris, like, I have to break up with this guy that I'm seeing. And Chris is like, no, you fucking don't.
I'm
Like, just
no,
ghost
just
them.
go, like,
But
just
I'm
stop
like
talking to them.
physically unable. Like, I have to tie things off and like put a little bow on it and like mark it as sent. Like, I have to be like, there needs to be a clear ending. Otherwise, I just like can't.
Well, I guess it depends. Like if you were dating, if you like agreed that you guys are dating, that's sort of a different thing.
I saw that video. This really cute girl on TikTok. I don't know who she is. She's like a little like brunette, like Italian girl with a really fucking cute apartment. And she was talking about, do you know who I'm talking about? She was talking about ghosting, and she was like, this was like the worst thing.
Kamala Harris.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's who it was. I couldn't remember. Thank you. But she was like, she was talking about ghosting. She was like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And I was like, bitch, grow up. Like, no one cares. Like, but then she went into more detail about it and was like, I was like seeing this guy. We were going on trips. Like, they were like fully dating and like invested in each other's lives.
Oh, that's pretty nuts.
And this was like,
That's
I don't
pretty
know how
nuts.
long. Maybe it was like 2 or 3 months or whatever. And then she was like, she was like, I was considering like the thought of marriage with this person.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, that is crazy. Like, that guy needs to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
But like, if it's just like a little fling, it's like,
If you've been on 3 dates with this person, like
bitch, that's a lot. Like, I don't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
3 dates?
3 dates?
I don't make it past one.
That's so
I
true. You don't
know.
even go on
That's
dates.
kind of like what I've been going through lately. Is like just I'm gonna meet you in person, and that's it.
Like one time.
Yeah,
Like one
that's-
time.
Like
thing.
I don't like go on second dates. Obviously, everyone's gonna annihilate me and be like, "Cause you're a fucking loser, crazy psychopath."
What were you saying earlier? We were talking about your dating life, and you were saying like, fuck. You said something that was related to what Chris was just saying, and I don't remember what it was. But can we go back
Pregnancy
to that?
scare.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
you're pregnant.
Yeah. Well, I get very spooked by like relationships, and the moment things get weird or I get scared or nervous or whatever, I have to go. I bounce. I
So
bounce.
you're a
Avoidant. I'm
what's
avoidant.
it called? Self-sabotage.
Oh.
Inner saboteur.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
what that is? Am I sabotaging?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but,
I'm
like-
yeah.
skittish. I'm very skittish.
Where does that trauma come from?
I don't really believe in trauma, but
Slay.
Slay.
Love that.
I think
I think when
I don't know
you're
if there's a
ready,
reason. I
you'll
think
be ready.
I'm a very independent person
Yeah.
who is impatient, likes what they like, and I mean, I've always been sort of the analogy I think of, and this is so stupid, but in Finding Nemo, there's like that current,
Stunning.
and all the turtles are in the current, and they know what to do, and like everything's kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I'm in the open ocean, and I like it that way.
Yeah.
And I don't really, and that applies to a lot of things. And you will relate to this because when you're a little gay boy, I mean, when it doesn't really matter, but you're sort of ejected from that.
Wait, you were talking to me, right?
Yeah, you're the little gay boy.
I'm
You're
like
the little gay boy.
ejected from what?
Well, I mean, so I have a sister, and she like it's very kind of laid out for her.
Yeah.
Like, you get married and have kids. Like that's
Yeah.
what you do. And I don't really have that expectation put on me, and so I'm like, great, I get to do whatever I want.
Obsessed.
Exactly.
And so then I question everything, and like we can talk about the marriage thing too, because I'm very like, sometimes I want it, every 9 months I'm like, oh yeah, no, I need a husband.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But then I'm like, it doesn't even like I can't go through a divorce, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get married then, because that's a real risk, isn't it? Like half marriages and a divorce or
Yeah,
something.
like 50
I can't go
fucking
through that.
% or
I'm too
something. It's
lazy. I'm too
crazy.
sensitive. I can't do that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot
I
of
can't
work.
tell people I have an ex-husband. I can't do that. I
Yeah.
can't.
That's kind of chic, though. Actually,
I was just gonna
we
say that.
talked about
My
When
that.
you
ex-husband,
said that
yeah, that's
earlier, you were
cool.
like, oh, well, I've been married before. I was like, honestly, slay.
Yeah.
Well-
I love a divorcee.
Yeah.
Well, a divorced woman is kind of cool.
It
But
is.
then what's going on? What's going on with these men that leave their wives when they're 50?
That's
And
called
then-
a midlife crisis.
Yeah, and then it's like, what is she gonna do now?
That's
really evil.
It's really evil.
Also, then why are straight people getting married? Like, if it's not permanent, just be boyfriend girlfriend. Like, what are
Forever.
you doing?
No, I completely stand
What
by
are you
that. What is the
doing?
point of marriage? The only reason I would want to get married to somebody is like if it were to benefit me financially. Other than
Yeah.
that, it's like I'm not fucking signing a
Then
paper.
They're making them sign the prenups now,
Oh yeah. And
which
I'm
is
like,
like That's the only reason I'm
honestly,
marrying you is for the money, bitch. Like, I'm not signing a prenup.
No, exactly. Like if I'm signing anything other
don't
than
like
like a
you.
marriage license, like I'm going to have the best lawyer that is like making sure that
Yeah.
like I'm making out of this relationship like set.
Let me be
Like
clear. In 18 months, I am divorcing you and I'm
Yes.
getting half.
exactly.
Do you understand,
exactly.
sir?
And then we can keep dating after that.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
are going to legally get
No,
married
you have
and
to delete my
divorced.
number. But like,
But
like-
we'll still live together.
yeah, no, you're never going to see me
Oh,
again.
clear cut. Okay, got it. Got
Okay,
it.
okay, you guys are
Yeah.
on two separate pages. completely.
1000%.
No,
Cedar's
we
like-
agree. We
yeah,
agree.
Cedar's like, so we're gonna like get married, we're gonna get divorced, and then get
Cedar's
married
like,
again. And you're
yeah,
like, no, I'm
yeah.
never speaking to you again. I'm done.
Sure.
Cut out completely.
Yeah, so I can't do that. And then imagine, oh, this is a nightmare. Having kids with somebody, divorcing, and not actually being separated from them because you have to co-parent.
That's something that I'm.
I can't do that.
My worst nightmare.
I can't do that.
No,
well,
1000%.
Aren't you kind of victim to that?
Having kids with somebody.
Well, like being the child in that situation.
Oh,
She's not.
yeah.
Like, I need them.
Then
to
what
be together.
happened? We don't have to
Anytime-
talk about it, but what happened?
No, who knows? Like they just like couldn't figure it out. Like my dad is like emotionally 12 years old,
Yeah,
and my
why do
mom
marriages
is like,
end? What
why
makes
do
it where?
marriages end?
Yeah.
I think because people are like emotionally incompetent to like manage their own feelings and somebody else's feelings.
I
Like they're
also
just
feel
like,
I mean, for me at least, I feel like. I feel like. I actually don't know. I've never been divorced.
Is it like the
whatever.
vibes are off?
I-
and
I-
then
I
you're like,
don't-
I think it's
That
time to
Yeah,
call
I
a
vibes,
feel
lawyer.
like I feel
yeah.
like people just
That's
kind of like I
nuts.
feel like it's natural for people to like grow apart.
That is
Yeah.
natural.
I don't
Marriage is
know.
unnatural.
marriage is unnatural, and also like unless like somebody's like cheating, like you really can't like assign a reason for a divorce. Like unless there's, oh, he cheated on me, I divorced him, and then it's just like that's it's just, oh, it just didn't work out, and then it's like, okay, so why'd we get married? Like
Well, I also found out recently that the wedding really, it's for the girl, it's really not about the marriage. It's about being a Disney princess for the day,
1000%.
which is like, get over yourself.
No,
like,
absolutely.
But also,
But I will be doing that as long as I'm not the
Sure.
one paying for the wedding.
exactly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. I want to like, yeah, of course I want to wear like a pretty dress and like have everyone shower me with gifts. I would love nothing more. I would, if that could happen
Yeah.
every day of my life, I would eat that up. However,
We
that's
sound
not
like
reality.
such bitter cunts right now. We're like,
Well-
why do people get married?
Well,
why
we
do
are.
I
people?
want a good answer.
Well, we
if somebody
are.
can give me a good
Yes.
answer, sell
We're
it to me.
Yeah.
Sell it to me.
Literally
Please let us
three
know.
single miserable hags sitting on this couch
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I'm going to stay that way. Should we talk about what you want to talk about? Are you hot or are you bothered?
I'm both. About like the
Both.
kids thing.
Is that what we're getting into?
Yeah, I guess so. I think that's a good like segue into it. And I think hot is like you feel good about it.
We're getting canceled 15,000
I
times.
know.
this
We're
episode.
not.
I
Who
can't
cares?
Wait. I
Hi,
can't
cancel
wait.
me. Hi.
Okay, yeah.
So hot is what?
Hot is great. Like everything is good. Bothered is obviously bothered.
Like
Okay.
bothered is like self-explanatory. I feel like hot is kind of subjective.
and you can turn
Sure.
it any way you want. You could be hot because you don't have kids. You could be bothered
Well,
because you
okay,
don't
then
understand.
just to make it difficult and confusing, I think I'm both on this subject. This is a subject I want to
Perfect.
explore because I'm confused about it.
because you have 3 kids.
Well, the mom does. I don't really talk to them anymore. I'm very, very just amazed. That's the first word I'll use, that people have kids. It's kind of an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Are you being sarcastic? Actually, we'll leave that.
No,
up to
I'm
Up to
let
the
me start on
audience.
kind of a positive note, because it's like an amazing is neutral, right?
Uh-huh.
It's amazing could be like shocking or like
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, okay, people do that. People decide it's time to be responsible for a baby. That's pretty nuts. Like,
Not only
good for
that, but like
them.
the physical process of
Oh,
doing.
sure.
Oh my god.
Sure, good for them.
Yeah.
You know, people got to do it. People want it, allegedly. I don't know
Yeah,
how you know you want
allegedly.
it. I don't have that instinct really, but people do it, and it's just like, okay, that's good for you. To me, it's a little like self-harm adjacent. And also,
Yeah.
you don't need to do it. I think a lot
Right.
of people do it.
Self-harm and like, physically, emotionally, mentally, all of the
Financially,
above, financially.
Mm.
It's a very, very serious thing, and I wonder for all the straighties out there.
Straighties.
I think it's really casual to a lot of them, where
Mm.
I'm like,
To have a child.
bitch, this is there's nothing more serious than this.
Yeah. Where it's just
And-
like, oh, we're pregnant and like our relationship is okay. Yeah, let's have a kid.
Yeah, and I think parents are putting a lot of pressure on their kids because they want grandbabies or something,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like if I could say one
Or
thing to the world,
something.
Yeah.
like you don't have to. You don't have
Yeah.
to. I really want you to like consider this deeply. But also if you want them, good for you, because I'm not going to do it. And I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed that people, I don't know how people don't fall apart
Yeah.
and lose their minds completely.
with a child.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. I am the baby. I can barely take care of myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I do think that you have to be, well, obviously to be a good parent, you have to be pretty like emotionally and mentally. And
But here's the
fi-
thing, 98% of them aren't. So
That's-
how are they
yeah.
doing it?
Yeah.
How are they doing it?
How is this
Yeah.
happening? How is
and that's
this
why people get
happening?
divorced. Full circle.
And there's no one doing it.
I
I
mean-
mean,
Yeah, okay, so that's also like part of the thing.
So
No one's wanting to have fucking kids right now.
yeah.
And okay, so there's like this whole thing going on being talked about on the internet right now. It's called the 4B movement, and it came
What is it?
from
What is it?
the 4B movement.
4B.
And it came from I think like fucking like South Korea or something. It started
yeah, they're not
there.
having any kids there.
And like basically all the women are saying, dude, like men suck. We don't want to date them. We don't want to have sex with them. We don't want
they
to get
can't
married
provide.
to them. We don't want to have kids with them.
Mhm.
So no one's having kids there. And so that's
South Korea?
trickling. Yes, that's trickling over into the US. And so now all the women in the US are like, oh, that's kind of a slay. And like we do have a choice in this, right? So all these women are being like, yeah, we're not going to do that. And so no one's having kids. But the thing is like the argument you always fucking hear, this is like, it's the most beautiful thing to me. People always say, well, don't you want to like pass on your legacy?
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna have businesses in art. Like
But
a
what-
kid
what-
is not a legacy.
But also like what fucking legacy?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, good
you
luck.
you are balding.
Yeah.
You work for a fucking tire shop in Arkansas. Like what fucking legacy are you wanting to pass on?
Yeah.
Tell me what legacy there is to pass
Yeah.
on. Like why is that like what you immediately like latch onto for your reasoning as to why people need to be reproducing?
or
Whose
like
legacy?
or like who's gonna take care of you when you're old, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, that too, and also it's
They're gonna
like
put you in a home.
shoot me,
Exactly.
take me out back, shoot me in the
I need
fucking
to
head.
Oh, yeah,
die.
when-
Like when I turn 70, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Yes.
My birthday party is gonna be like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill myself.
And the lawyer's gonna know that when the brain goes to mush and bananas,
yes.
wheelchair off the cliff.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because I'm not doing that.
Stick
I'm
a
not
broom
doing
handle
that.
in it and push me in the pool.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally.
Yeah.
Over.
It could be
Um,
like a little party. We can do a little party or
yeah,
something.
like
Did you guys see that show or that movie or whatever it was, The Menu?
no.
oh yeah.
That's like
Well,
Chris's
what is
70th
that?
birthday.
Yeah. Well, they like go to like this fancy restaurant, and I don't think they all know. They're not all aware, are they?
No.
That this
No
is
one
about
knows.
to happen.
No one knows.
But
You
they
guys, I'm like so scared right now. I'm
it's
like,
a Pixar
what's
movie.
happening? Oh my god. Yes. Monsters Inc.
Yeah, and I think they just fucking kill all of them. That's basically it?
That's-
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like,
my-
a it's like a
they slowly
Michelin
kill
star
them.
chef, and
Yeah.
he like takes all these people to like this island for like this like
That is
dining
actually
experience.
really creepy and fucked up.
Yeah.
But they're all
California
like
Pizza
really
Kitchen.
terrible people. And there's
Oh,
a girl,
okay.
she
Yes.
ends up there on
Pizza Kitchen. It's hungover.
there's a girl, she ends up there on accident. And so she's like, I'm not a bad person. I'm not supposed to be here. So it's
Yeah.
like this whole thing. But anyway, at the end, the guy like stands in front of everybody and like shoots himself or something like that. I don't remember exactly what happens, but someone kills himself in front of everybody. And that's you on your 70th birthday.
Yeah.
Lights
Oh, we
on,
lost
no
him.
one's home.
We lost
He's
him.
gone.
No,
Literally so
I'm
gone.
I'm just like a sick person had to create that, but I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we go back to are we talking more about whether or not we're having children?
Well, that's kind of settled. I mean, maybe kids could be fun. I just
I
don't
go
need to
back
do
and
it.
forth. Like I feel like
But you can't. Once it's happened, you can't go back.
No.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like I went through a phase where I was like, I need children. Like, I feel like that would be so fun. And then a lot of friends around me started having kids, and I was like, I am obsessed with these children.
Oh,
but
you like them?
I literally like I didn't know how to talk to a baby at first. I was like, is this an animal? Is this a cat? Like, what do I do? Am I supposed to hold it? Now I'm like, bitch, I could run a daycare. Like, I'm so fucking good with kids. But also I'm like, okay, I get enough of it in these doses that I don't think I would actually have them. Obviously, I would not have, no one fucking thinks I would have the capacity to raise a fucking child at any point in my life. But also I feel like with the like population decline or whatever, what is it called?
Decrease.
Decrease, that's the word. Like I feel like our generation is like we're slow to like we're
Oh, yeah.
slow to
Yeah.
the game. Like
Yeah.
like 40 is like the new 20.
No, exactly.
So it's
50 is the new 12.
Exactly. So it's like we're gonna do, you know what I'm like.
We're gonna be 42, probably maybe considering having kids. And
exactly.
That's, yeah.
Like it's.
But how
These
are women
times are
going to
di-
get pregnant at 40?
That's
is-
like
IVF.
a later problem.
IVF, yeah.
That's another thing
yeah.
I want to talk
ChatGPT.
about. Also, this is completely irrelevant to you guys, but like my like self-image physically is so fucking fragile. I'm not carrying a baby in my body.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have like, I'm not gonna pee myself every
Does it
time
really
I laugh.
nuke your body? Yeah, it does, huh?
For some people, I mean, some people get really lucky and like they just like have good skin and like bounce back. I hate that, but like they do. And then like some people that just like, anyway, I'm not doing the extra skin. I'm not doing stretch marks. I'm not gonna like not have control over my fucking urethra. Like I'm not doing any of that, you know? And then like there's too many nuances, and especially like with like the US and like our healthcare system to make it political. But like it's just like not designed for that to be like successful really, and I'm just like not entertaining that. Like if I do ever decide to have kids, I'm 1000% like having a surrogate. Like
Slay.
How much does that cost?
so much. But I'm also not having kids unless I'm fucking disgustingly rich, because
Well, there
like
you go.
Yeah.
if I can live my life how I want to live my life and make sure that like financially ensure that the child I'm raising is going to live the life the way that I want them to or whatever, then like unless I can do that, I'm just not having kids.
I also think about like I would need to be the stay-at-home mom that homeschools them because my kids aren't going to school.
Yeah.
You
I don't know how I feel
Yeah.
about that.
Because
But
like
they need to get socialized.
Why would you not want your kid? Why would you homeschool a child?
Because we could finish it all in 3 years,
And
90
then
minutes
what?
a day.
We
Just
talked
power
about this.
through.
We talked about this
Last week.
We were like, "What's the rush? Like, why are kids reading at like 2 months old?"
yeah, I literally saw something on the internet the other day saying that like your kid should be able to fully read by 2 years old, and I was like,
They should
do
be
they
able
even
to
have
do
teeth by
taxes, yeah.
then?
Oh my god, fuck off.
And then do my taxes because I still haven't filed mine this year. Yeah,
Well-
no, I just like I don't understand
Yeah, and I don't understand the point of like
having children.
yeah.
Me
And not
neither.
and if you can fill me in, if somebody can fill me in,
Yeah,
I
if
am
you guys
open.
wanna
I'm,
let
I'm
us
not saying there
know.
isn't. a
I don't have
point. I'm saying I
answers.
don't know.
And like the people
that's
that
why I won't be
truly
having them.
are
So
fulfilled
don't tell
by
me to have
having
them.
kids, all the power to you, and I love you for that. But I just like can't see myself feeling fulfilled because of that.
And then also, we're gonna look back on this and be like, "Oh, I can't believe we used to think that way. We
We're
love our 5
obsessed with
kids."
our
Is that
children.
what happens to
Yeah,
people, or
yeah.
will I? Because I felt this way forever, but will it change? Will I get my
Probably.
period and be like,
I don't know.
"Alright."
Like we're not gonna get married. We're not gonna have children. Like,
Then what are we gonna do?
We're gonna do all of
literally
these
2 years
things.
old. Like, give us 10 years
Yeah.
when we've like
Yeah.
we're so fucking bored and our brains are so fried.
Are we gonna get bored?
We're gonna
Yeah, we're gonna get bored.
obviously, I'm bored today.
And I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
dog. I'll get a dog.
I've had somebody with kids say to me like, at a certain point you just get tired of living for yourself, but I'm just like, I can't see
I
myself
don't
getting tired of that.
Imagine that. Yeah.
I don't see that
Tired
happening.
of living for yourself.
Yeah. Like I
don't really know.
But kids are not the only answer.
yeah.
There's a lot of other things you can do.
I feel like
Exactly.
it's
Maybe
like
I'll like start a charity or something.
Maybe I'll go to Target.
Next week we're gonna
Precisely.
next week we're all gonna be like, we want children.
Yeah.
We
We just
love
bought
kids.
babies on
like we're
Temu.
obsessed. Cedar's pregnant. Like
Yeah.
we're
Ordering our
having
kids off
children. We're all having
DHgate.
Well,
children.
okay,
Yeah.
this is the very like controversial take, but like I'd want my kids to have a mom, and so how are we gonna do that?
Oh, that's so
That's kind of
interesting.
I
Slay.
want because
Get an au pair.
I am imprinted on my mom. I'm such a
Yeah.
mama's boy, and like if I didn't have a mom, I'd be like psycho.
Yeah.
But and you know what, gay men, fine, have a kid. I bet having 2 dads fierce, but that's
Can we talk more about that? Like, what does that look
No.
like for you? I need. Okay.
yeah.
Stunning.
And I don't know, like
Just
where
leaving
do,
it at that.
where do you go? Like, do you call like the gay baby adoption store and be like, 1 baby, please? Like, what? That's so weird.
So you
That's so
basically have
weird.
to find like a best friend / like life partner, and then you guys are like, we don't really need to be with each other romantically,
that
but we're gonna
conversation
raise
with my
this
friend
kid
last night.
together.
We were like, okay, if we're both single in 10 years, like and if we want to have a child, let's figure it out. Yeah, we were like, maybe.
Yeah.
We would
Like,
have,
would that be your vibe? Is
Nope.
that like what you're going? You don't want that.
No, I need to go to like conversion therapy and like get it figured out. You know,
Oh,
become
okay.
straight. And,
Oh,
return to the like the good
Yeah.
path.
Yes. Okay. Like the godly,
Yeah.
like God fearing
Yeah.
path. Yeah.
See, that's the
you
only
wanna-
way to
You
have
want to be
kids.
the father figure.
No, I think I want to transition, become the mother figure, and then find a good man. But
That's
I'll be the
good.
mom. I'll be the mom.
A
I'd
couple-
be such a good
Okay,
mom.
that's
4 inches
really
on the
good,
wig and you're
actually.
good.
Yeah.
You're like, you're almost there, babe.
I'll get my implants. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'll
it.
pass. I'll pass.
Yeah.
I can
6 foot tall.
refer you to a really good surgeon.
Oh, well, hormones.
Okay, so
We'll
you're
see.
bothered / hot because you're having a
Just
kid next week.
confused,
Okay,
yeah.
we love that.
And you're
Absolute fucking
transitioning.
slay.
Just confused.
Shall we?
Are we doing it?
Do
we
we
have,
what?
we have Miss Little Thing over there.
Somebody asked me.
Oh, yours was cancel adjacent, right?
Yeah, it was. We took a little detour. We're circling back around.
No, you were just saying that people don't understand the full context of things on the internet.
No,
and
I
then
know what
they-
my
Well, good
topic
for
is. Someone
them.
needs to ask me if
Okay.
I'm hot or bothered.
Oh,
Go for it.
shall we?
Yeah.
Are you
you
hot or are you
bothered?
bothered?
Where am I?
So out of sync.
My voice fading.
Stunning. I'm bothered.
Oh.
I
Shocking.
literally have been talking about this all fucking week, and I probably won't shut up about it for the foreseeable future until I find something else to like hyperfixate on. But I'm bothered because I, first of all, just don't understand why people think their opinion matters.
Obviously.
Like, I don't understand.
Us
Like,
talking about nothing.
yeah, but like we also always preface every episode we say, or whatever. Shut up.
You're literally
Every
HRH collection right now.
literally,
Shut up.
literally
We need to get
every
her on the pod.
single episode
Oh my god,
we.
talk about babies.
I think she would hate me.
She would fucking
She would-
We would
kill
have
you.
so much fun
Hate
with her. Are you
me.
kidding?
She's like, you're a dumb fucking
No, we'd
No,
have so much
she would
fun
hate
with her.
me. She'd
She
hate me
lives.
so
I
much.
could ride my bike to her house. She lives so close
I
to
need
me.
to. I need to come over.
I need to
immediately.
bang on
I've
her,
seen
her
her.
glass.
I've seen her at South Coast Plaza a few
You're
times.
lying. I'd start crying.
Have you
I'd
ever
say-
ran into her in the wild?
No, but I would cry. I would say,
I've seen her
I
a couple
love
times
you.
in her like
I love you.
Fendi furries at Pottery Barn.
She went to
and I
my
was
high
like,
school. She went to Dana.
slay.
That's kind of
So
a slay.
good.
But she's like 50. No, she's 40. I
No,
love you. I'm
she's-
sorry.
Isn't that crazy? She's
Yeah.
40. She doesn't look 40.
No.
That's why 40 is a new 20.
40 is the new 20. Have you guys seen all those like posts on the internet or whatever? And it's like people being like 30-year-olds 20 years ago, and it's like
Yes,
They look
someone
way older.
balding
And that's
with
what I
so
was
many
talking about, like,
wrinkles.
It's the microplastic.
And that's what I was talking about with like our generation as well with children. It's like those
Yeah.
obviously those TikToks that are like my parents at 23, me at 23.
Yeah.
And it's like
We're all just little children like pretending
we're all,
to be adults.
We're all,
Yeah.
we
I
all
think
have
we
Peter
should
Pan syndrome.
raise the voting age to 32, and we
That's
lower the
should-
drinking age to 10.
That's
Yes,
actually yes,
exactly.
that's really good.
Yeah,
Lower the driving age to nothing.
precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where I live, every kid has an e-bike, okay? And that's kind of good because they're not on their phones, they're out playing and having fun. But every 12-year-old is in the street on an electric bike, and I'm going to hit one.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're
You
going to
should.
die.
You should.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The world,
But
needs
it'll be
less
on
kids.
accident.
Oh my god. Never mind, I can't say it.
I'll edit it out later. Say it.
Okay, so I was driving the other day, and like you know how my streets are quite narrow,
Yeah.
and there was this it was kid that was probably 400 pounds
Love that.
riding a bike that he was
Love
like
that.
literally like way too big for. He was so
They
cute.
just
He
moved
looked like
from
something out
Nebraska.
of a movie. Looked like he was something out of a movie, like wearing a little helmet, like such a cute little dork. I obviously didn't see him, and my car,
Even though he was a blimp
like-
in front of you.
my car caught it as a vehicle because he was so big that it was like beep 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 and then stopped, and I like almost hit him, and I was like, oh
incredible.
my god.
That's
It was
incredible.
like he was so cute though, and I was like, I could have just like knocked this
Yeah.
bitch out, but
Well, they need to
Thank
get off the road.
god.
Yeah.
I mean, it
they're
was
gonna have
it-
to learn one way or
Yeah.
another.
Well,
That's
literally
actually
my
a-
car identified him as a vehicle
As a
in front of
semi.
me, and I was like, oh slay.
That's a really good story, Jen. I really like that.
we've all
Of
been there.
course.
Oh my God,
We've
that
all
is-
been
I
identified
was
as a
that
car.
size at 14. Like, you
Yeah.
know
Were
what
we
I
all
mean?
like fat kids? Is that what you're saying?
I was actually a skinny kid.
I was a chubby kid as
I
like,
was a skinny
elementary school.
kid.
I was chubby.
That's trauma. I know I said trauma's not real, but that's trauma.
Being a
That
fat
is
kid.
trauma.
yeah.
That's the
I
only
like-
trauma allowed.
Was fat in high school because I worked at a coffee shop and would like binge eat all the pastries.
Yeah.
And then I was like fat in college, kind of.
Yeah.
God, I've gone
been
through a
all
lot
over.
of phases. I'm a yo-yo, but now that we got the magic shots, here we are.
I was like
Yeah, that
chubby
ends
when I was
today.
younger, and then I lost. I
Magic
started.
shots?
No, the yo-yo.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. Yes.
I started to like lose weight when I was like 17 or 18, and then like someone in my high school like started a rumor that I was doing crack.
Well, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Obviously.
Yeah.
How else?
There
They
you
didn't have
go.
Ozempic then.
Okay, we need to go back to your fucking topic.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Also, like, what the fuck? Fuck.
Not to interrupt. That's why we need to do the ADHD thing. But keep going.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was saying no one's fucking opinion matters. Being a freak, commenting shit on other people's
But why does that bother
Instagrams.
you? That's hot. That's cool.
You know what I have a
What the
problem
fuck?
with?
No, hold on.
You
You
know-
need to hold on. I need to figure out what the fuck we were talking about that I was gonna say.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
No, there was a completely different point talking about, oh, okay, people post shit on the fucking internet and everyone, this goes back to cancel culture, of course. Everyone loves to like take anything and everything they possibly can out of context. And it is so like, just
Retarded.
get a fucking life. Like, yes, get a fucking life. Like, okay, for example, not to make it about me, posted this thing. I don't know if you heard about this. I posted this thing and someone took it from TikTok onto Twitter and it went viral with all the like
Love.
incels on
Like
Twitter.
literally
Love.
QAnon's going in.
Like 6 million views, like everyone like calling me a slut, blah, 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 blah.
They need to cut you your check.
exactly.
No,
Where's
exactly.
my royalty here, babe?
Yeah. So I had said in the video that I had had a couple of glasses of wine, and everybody in the comments being like, I can't believe this person is publicly admitting to drinking and driving, blah, 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 blah. Like everyone was so pissed because apparently I was blacked the fuck out behind the fucking wheel. Like I literally had 2 glasses of wine, hours passed because I had 2 glasses of wine, went back to a guy's house, had sex with him, and then went home. 2 glasses of wine, water, sexual activity, physical exercise, then drove home. And everyone's like, I can't believe she's
Like,
drinking
hours
and
later.
driving. Like everyone's so mad. And it just makes me obviously have to like reflect on like how anything and everything can be so misconstrued and like taken out of context when like obviously that's my own fault. I didn't say you shouldn't have to fucking
Yeah,
spell
you're like, I don't
everything
need
out.
to fucking disclose every
And I
fucking
hate
minute.
nothing more than when I see somebody posting something on the internet and they're feeling the need to like over explain every detail because they know that someone's going to come for their fucking throat if they don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, what if everybody just shut the fuck up and like relaxed for a second?
Well, I think that's the biggest problem facing humanity is people thinking that anything is serious.
So true.
Snap out of it. Get over it.
Nothing is serious.
Yeah.
Like none of it is real. We're all going to fucking die.
And everyone has different fucking opinions, and that's the way that the world works.
Yeah, I believe in drinking and driving. Like,
Yeah.
and if you don't, then like that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion.
What I think is an absolute fucking cheap shot is like duetting someone's video
I love that take.
on TikTok or whatever, a reel, when you like someone posts a video and then it's like you jumping in, like inserting your opinion, like, did I ask?
You like
Unf-
trying to steal somebody else's
unfortunately,
clout
I'm
by
like you are trying to like get notoriety and clout based off of like somebody else's original thought
Right.
or whatever video that they posted. I just feel like that's weird. And then to know that like you were consciously recording this, like that's weird. That's embarrassing to me.
I completely agree.
Like the people that were, I mean, I'm famous and people are duetting me. Thank you guys. I love my
Well, that's
fans.
the thing. Like, my brain can't differentiate between good and bad attention. I just like the attention. So, like,
Slay.
if somebody has a problem or loves it, I don't care. You're thinking about me. You're perceiving me. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Literally,
know?
as long as I'm being perceived, I don't
Yeah.
care.
No, that's great.
I couldn't
Please
even,
keep
like-
talking
But,
about
me
me.
or
but
hate
with
me.
with my ADD, ADHD, whatever it is, like
Who knows?
I
None of
like
it's real.
literally I was like, why is like this video of myself coming up, and then it was like Stitch incoming, and then this god awful hideous like ugly little boy
Well.
in like some ugly car interior, and I was like swipe. I was like, I don't care about
Oh,
your
you didn't even
opinion.
Literally, your
listen.
opinion
I
is
was
so
like,
irrelevant.
I sent it to Cedar. I was like, I can't watch this. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
I was
able to
like,
watch.
watch this for me. But I
I
was
didn't.
like,
I didn't
I
actually
was
watch the
like,
whole thing.
you're like, I don't want to look at you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And what you're saying, I don't agree with. But that's like, so why would I watch it? Even if it's about me, like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm also obsessed with like
My heart rate right now. Oh my god, I'm like, what's
Chris
going
is
on?
like getting
2
so
coffees,
literally so
Adderall,
wound up
champagne,
right now.
babe.
Yeah, tweaking hours.
Oh my god. Okay, what?
I have 2 brain cells. I have no idea what I was ever gonna say.
Well, is ADHD real?
No.
No,
Because it's now a thing. It's a thing now.
everyone has it.
It's a thing.
But how can that be? How can that be?
Okay. d- Continue. Do you have more to say?
Well, so people are like, homework is hard. Homework, it's hard for you to sit down
Yeah.
and do homework. Welcome to the human experience.
Yeah.
Like,
1000%.
and then I'm also, this was, we tried picking out topics, and all of my topics were like life ending, extremely
literally.
serious. Like, oops, can't really do that. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I put this one down, but it's sort of like mental illness is obviously, people are mentally ill. I'd say everybody
Hi.
might be.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now that like the hyper categorization and like the way that it's sort of like, oh, this is my version of mental illness and these are my
Yeah.
acronyms. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying people aren't experiencing it. I certainly experience my own versions, but it's the new horoscope, and people have like
Yeah.
a sick sort of pride. Like people are
Yeah.
excited to have ADHD or
Yeah.
whatever it is, or like the little, teenagers.
Because
who
they
are,
take it as like they
it
like
explains away everything now.
yeah, and also like they want. This is gonna sound really bad, but I do
Everything
feel.
we've said sounds
I
bad.
know, but I feel like people who are kind of weird like that would do something like that. Like they want to be like they want to feel like they're a part of something, so they want to identify like with
There
this
you
group of
go.
people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or you're like us and you just want to use it as an excuse for like really shitty behavior.
Yes.
Yeah, or you just like want to accumulate as many medication bottles as you can.
Yeah.
Which I also really like to do that as well.
Yeah.
So I can't be mad at any of these people for like doing that, but it is definitely like a thing happening.
It's just a little ridiculous. And like 14-year-olds talking about their anxiety. Welcome to
That's
life.
crazy.
So true.
What are you talking
So
about?
true.
Yeah.
But back with the ADHD, like it's hard for you to do homework or hard for you to pay attention. You forget things. I don't necessarily, maybe two people have very exaggerated specific versions of that where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you need to be on, the meth to
Yeah.
like handle that. Again, not saying it's not real. It's just what's going on with that.
No, ADHD
What's going
medication
on?
is so severely overprescribed. 1000%. Like
Story
neither.
time.
It's an incredible
Story time.
invention.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't even know.
He forgot.
No. I'm like, oh,
He
where was I
literally
going with
raises
this
his
already? I
hand
already
and
forgot.
forgets.
But I don't think I'm ADD, but like I am. I don't know. Like I'm just like a crazy neurotic type A psychopath, like whatever. But
That's just being gay.
exactly, right? But like, okay, so I've taken Adderall like a few times in college, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like I was literally like on Twitter for 6.5
Yep.
hours. Like I the first time I took Adderall was like me and my friend were like blacked out. We like opened some like frat boys medicine cabinet. There was like extended release Adderall. I took like 3, didn't sleep for 2 days because she was like, oh my God, let's take Adderall. And I was like, okay, babe, let's take Adderall. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Didn't sleep for 2 days. Worst experience of my
would
life.
send me into
Like
psychosis.
literally it was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Anyway, okay, so my friend was like, okay, go to like blah 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 psychiatrist and like let's see if you can get Adderall. And I was like, I've never been to a psychiatrist in my life because I don't have mental problems. Just kidding.
Is so severely
But like, so
mentally ill.
I go to this psychiatrist, and like literally this was stepping into fucking fully. It was a movie set.
Narnia.
It was a movie set. It was the craziest thing. It was like an 80s doctor's office movie set. I like shut the door and I was like tripping out. I was like, what's going on? It was like floral wall print, like the puffy blue couch, like the wicker nightstands with like the grandma like it was the lady behind the desk. I was like, what the fuck? It was like mahogany everything. I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I was like, this is fucking weird.
You
Like,
were in the right
I was
place.
in like Canoga Park. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So then she's like, okay, the doctor will see you now. She takes me into his office again. It's like the same situation, like the puffy couch, the seashells on the wall. This fucking giant walks in. This guy's 7 feet tall. He's like 80 years old in like a suit. He literally a character. Like there's no like I was.
I
an
love
alternate,
him.
I was in an alternate universe. So then I sit down. He's like, so what brings you here today? And I was like, pretending to shake my leg. I was like, I have ADHD. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I want to try it. No, he was like, so what are your symptoms? I was like, I can't concentrate. Oh my God forbid my new psychologist sees this and she's like, fuck you.
No, I'm worried about being
She's
cut
getting
off.
the revenue. She doesn't care. They don't care.
They don't care.
She doesn't know
It's
what
a
I look
subscription
Carry on.
service.
like. So I go, so whatever, I go in there and I sit down. He's like, so what are your symptoms? I'm like, I can't concentrate. Like, I have a very heavy workload, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, he goes, Christopher, I'm going to tell you something. And I was like, I thought he was going to be like, drink more water.
Yeah.
Like,
Go to bed.
like you're working too much, or like you don't have anything. Like, this sounds like a normal, healthy 24-year-old boy, man, woman. And I was like, and he goes, Adderall will change your life. And I literally
These are drug dealers.
and it was like even more of a movie. Like, it was like the world like opened up, and I was like, oh,
Like the first time you saw colors.
like exactly.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
he was so sincere about it. He was like, Christopher, Adderall will change your life. And I was like,
And you'd spoken to him for what, 15 minutes?
seconds. I was like, babe,
Welcome
what?
to America.
Yeah. And then he's like, we're gonna start
Land
you
of
on-"
pharmaceuticals.
And like
love this country.
me,
Yeah.
like never having a prescription like in my life before. He's like, you have to take this. Like I was so scientific about it. Like I was like following all the rules, and then like now I'm just like finding
Whatever.
quarters like underneath like
Oh, that's the best part. A rogue Adderall.
everywhere.
So good.
Everywhere, absolutely everywhere. But anyway, that whole situation, I was like, this guy just falsely diagnosed me and literally told me that a drug was going to change my life.
Fierce.
I was like,
As if it's insulin.
baby, exactly. Like my life is literally dependent on this. Like it's gonna,
Yeah.
like,
Do you still take it?
hello.
Every day.
Do you think this is all natural?
Do
Can
you get
I-
used to it? Like, does it like lose its effectiveness?
You can build a tolerance.
Yeah.
Give me his number. I think
I'm like, I have a whole pharmacy in my purse. My psychiatrist worked me up to 60 milligrams a day, which is like
overdose.
overdose. Like,
That is
I
so
take
much.
max 30 a day. I usually take like a 10 in the morning, and then like a 10 in the after, like at noon. So I usually take 20, max 30.
Bitch.
And I'm like,
No appetite.
oh honey, that
Oh,
doesn't
no
work.
one's. Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay.
No.
Oh.
When I first started taking it, yeah, I probably dropped like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, pop a pill, and I'm like, babe, like I need some Chipotle. What's going on? I'm hungry.
That's like my worst nightmare.
What?
When like my Adderall doesn't curb my appetite. That's my only diet plan. I have no other way.
When I
like,
first started taking it and I wasn't eating because I would be like tweaking out, when it wore off, I would be so fucking mean and hangry. Like I would like, if someone looked at me, I'd be like, fuck you. Like I was like so hangry, and
Yeah.
I was like, why am I having these terrible fucking come downs? And then I was like, it's because I literally have not eaten a single thing today, and I'm like about to fall over.
yeah. I need to say something. We have a guest on our podcast, and we've talked about ourselves this entire
Okay,
episode.
so do you want to talk about your drug addiction?
Should I talk now?
What
I'm
drugs
just-
do you like? Have you ever been prescribed Adderall? Do you identify with ADHD? What are your mental illnesses? Have you ever been diagnosed with anything?
Oh, girl.
Tell us everything.
Are we gonna get vulnerable on the pod?
Should we?
Yeah.
Do you feel
so,
like it?
Yeah, sure,
Okay,
sure, that's fine. That's why I think this stuff is interesting, because I've had like my own journey with this.
Yeah.
I have like, I think it was you who told me that. I don't know if it was you. I think it was somebody else. But somebody said that ADHD is like not enough blood to the front of the brain or something. I don't think that was you
definitely
guys.
I
did
have
not
no
say
idea.
that.
Somebody told me that like last week, and I'm like, oh, that's really
Really?
interesting. And that's like what's going on, and like that's how Adderall might help. Is it sends more blood to the prefrontal cortex, so you can make better like decisions or like have control or something.
I've never heard of it being something that's like physical. You know what I mean? Is that
Yeah.
physical?
Yeah.
like chemical and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I have no
Um,
idea.
and I've like taken Adderall before, and it's not the drug for me, because I literally will just clean the floor with like a toothbrush. It's just so
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Which I
Or
love to do that.
I'll
Yeah.
just talk. I'll just talk
Yeah.
forever.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
text everybody
I'll talk-
back. You're calling your mother.
You'll text people you worked with 3 years
You
ago, which
guys,
is so embarrassing.
I know when I'm like rolling on. I call it when I could say it's when I'm rolling. Like
Yeah,
I'm like
tweaking.
in group messages, and I'm like,
Well-
it's all blue.
Well, we
And
would
I'm
take
like,
it at Brandy and,
Oh, girl.
and lint roll customers.
Should,
Like,
can we?
it was-
Should we tell the audience?
Yeah, we should do a little Brandy segue too.
Okay, so
This is
PJ,
Brandy
PJ,
Melville.
If you've been wondering who
Brandy-
Mr.
Brandy
Mrs.
Melville
Melville
is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're actually reporting live from the Brandy
The
Melville
Brentwood store.
headquarters.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have a Brandy girl here with us,
Yeah,
and everybody at Brandy was popping Addie.
Yeah, well, it was
Stunning.
worse than that. But
Tell us.
yeah, I was a Brandy girl for 3 years from, I don't remember the years. I think like 2016 to 2019 or 2020, like end of 2019. Wasn't a real Brandy girl. I just did visuals and stuff. So I wasn't,
on the front lines.
I mean, I was on the floor, but I didn't have to get
So
my
you
pictures
were
taken
like
and
putting
stuff.
those cute like Chanel signs with the wire, like dangling them sideways. Like
Yeah, we
Malibu.
were the sex toys.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah, it was, and folding everything perfectly constantly,
Yeah.
getting really good at
Yeah.
folding.
Yeah.
There's not that much to say about Brandy other than it's just insane and nuts and corrupt and prints money more than you could ever imagine.
Insane.
Like
I
makes
love
more
it.
money than Forever 21. We don't
Yeah.
know how. So watch the documentary. It's all true. It's very tame. That's like the beginning of it. Upper leadership was having sex with people, of course.
Mhm.
A given.
Yeah, Brandy's nuts. The whole it's
Is
not a
Bra-
company.
Is
Brandy's not a real person.
And also their business model of not having a business model is like just so
Yeah, nothing's traceable. There's no plan.
it's actually
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah.
I don't I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this.
You need to watch a documentary.
Well,
Okay.
what are you confused about? How
You
it
guys
can
keep
function?
Oh, that's a
saying,
really
you guys
constructive
keep saying,
approach.
There's
Thank
no
you
there's
for
no
that.
business model.
There isn't.
But like, what do you mean? Like, people don't
Well,
have emails.
okay.
People don't have, like, what do you mean no business? There's no
So
like.
I also, after I worked,
forecasting. Like, there's nothing. Like nothing.
and what was really, that was like my first job.
Where does the money go?
the bank account? The Brandy bank
Slay.
account.
Goes straight to Brandy's pocket.
Yeah, and like each store wasn't actually a Brandy Melville. Like you weren't employed by Brandy Melville. You were employed by these very bizarre names. Each store was its own small business. It was for like not paying taxes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
obsessed with
I
that.
worked for like different stores. Like I'd go to different stores, so it was like confusing and weird.
So like legally, it would be called like.
I don't know if I can even say.
Okay,
But or
okay.
like the Newport store was called like Bastiat. Oh, here's another really weird thing. Do you know like Ayn Rand? Have you heard of Ayn Rand, the writer?
No.
Very famous like pro-capitalist philosopher,
Mm-hmm.
and wrote these like crazy books that capitalists love. And like I'm kind of capitalist Barbie, so like whatever. But and I think
Capitalist Barbie.
if
That's
you're
gorge.
complaining about capitalism, it's because you're not engaging in the right way. Like
Yeah,
go sell
yeah.
something. I
Take
think
advantage of
everybody
people.
needs to be selling something,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody will be fine. But anyway. And like, shut
Completely.
up. Like, people complain about, you don't even know what capitalism is. Whatever. Capitalism is obviously problematic, but like, shut up. You don't know shit.
Well, I don't. Okay, never mind. We don't need to get too deep into it.
What
I just
was
don't
I even
understand
saying?
why it would even be problematic.
What would be
Okay, well,
problematic?
let's
Like,
not-
no. Like,
let's not
I'm
go
on.
that direction.
Yeah. Okay, never
We're
No,
mind.
this is
talking-
interesting.
We
I
were
know,
talking
I
about your
don't
mental
understand
illness,
why
and then we were talking about
this
Brandy
would-
Melville.
Okay, no.
No,
we
I
are-
like when
we-
things go crazy.
But like, I don't understand why capitalism would be a problem.
well, okay, because capitalism is just that you can own something and you're entitled to the profits of it. People are saying everything that's wrong with America is because of capitalism. Everything that's wrong with America is because everything is wrong with America.
Yeah.
Like capitalism is very
That
simple.
doesn't like equate.
I think people mostly have beef with corporations and the fact that corporations can exist like people and like they can control things in ways that are just unimaginable, and they
Right.
can, buy the government.
Like
Whatever.
use their power
Whatever.
and like
I'm QAnon, so.
But that's like a
right,
slay.
exactly.
Yeah, and it's like,
Hence
well,
the glasses
welcome
and
to
the hat.
America. Like, I don't
Isn't
know.
that
I don't
why
know,
people
bitch.
move here to
Yeah,
like be a
I don't
part of
know.
that?
It's all bad. Like, get over it. Like,
the
it's
land-
fine.
you
It's
know,
fine.
honey.
We'll make it work. Like, but anyway, so the Ayn
possibilities are
Rand
endless.
stuff. There's like characters in the books, and one of them, you will know this, John Galt. Have you ever seen the stuff on tags? John Galt at
Yes.
Brandy.
Yes.
John Galt is like a famous character in one of Ayn Rand's books, who is like a pro-capitalist. I don't really know. I can't read that much shit. But the owner would hide all of these
Yeah.
pro-capitalist things throughout. And Bastiat, I think, is related to that somehow. I don't know. But that was always really funny. Like, John Galt is like a sister brand of Brandy. And it's like all these little girls are buying it. And it's like
That's
capitalist
crazy.
propaganda. But
Yeah.
so that's kind of funny. But yeah, Brandy's
Ooh, I love
nuts.
a little hidden
Okay, so
message
yeah,
situation
how did we
like
get
that.
here? We were talking about your mental
Well, first,
illness.
yeah,
and then
okay, mental
Brandy
illness.
came
So
up.
I had
Adderall at Brandy.
Well, it was worse than that.
Okay.
And people were doing like cocaine and like
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff. Of course, who's
Yeah.
who's not? Who's not?
Who is not
Who's
doing
not?
cocaine?
And then what I mean by like it's not a business is like I've worked for other places and places that I worked for after Brandy. I'm like, oh, so so people are planning years in advance.
Yeah.
Like, and there's instructions for things.
And there's goals.
There's goals and there's tracking of results. That's
Yeah.
really interesting. Oh, wow. I didn't know that was a
of
thing.
energy.
I think so. I don't want to do that. Like, data
No.
is so annoying, blah, blah, blah.
Like,
but
just go with it. Just
Yeah.
manifest.
Just being
unironically, that's how I feel. Like,
Yeah, like-
but
honestly,
whatever.
maybe that's where we're all failing as a society. Maybe we're just not like
Well, that's what I do, and I'm fine.
Yeah, the people that
I-
get too wrapped up in the planning and the numbers, I'm like, girl, just go hit the pavement, bitch.
Yeah.
What the
Well,
fuck are you
it's
talking
like-
about?
it's like having 7 fucking meetings a day to talk about
It
the
doesn't
work
matter, it
that you're
doesn't
going to do and then not doing the work, and then it's like
Perfectly said.
no, that every job
What
like
if we just did
like,
the work?
Yeah.
no,
What
like
if we
why
just
are we
did the
sitting here
work?
talking about all the work that we have to do and then all the work that
That's
we're going
like
to
what
do
working
and
in
then
corporate
not
America is.
That's what
which
corporate
is
is.
yeah,
It's
which is
like-
like,
it's
why
just
laugh?
like-
pretend
like,
work.
It's
It's
walking
pretend
in
work.
circles and like typing
Pretend
and being
work.
like,
and then telling everybody how
should we
busy you
do?
are.
Yeah.
That's like my least
Yeah.
favorite thing about like
That's what it is.
every
Everybody's just saying, I'm busy, I'm
oh
busy,
my
I'm
god,
busy,
I'm
I'm busy,
so busy. And no, okay,
Which is how you know they're not,
My
by the
one of
way.
my jobs, like my one specific boss, like literally constantly would walk in circles and tell all of us in detail about the work that he had to do.
Okay,
and
then go do it, diva.
And then would not do it. And then on Friday, he would email his assistant and assign her the work he was supposed to be doing all week.
Love that.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, carry
Okay,
on.
mental illness. We'll just barrel through this. So, I had a big problem with OCD. Isn't that sexy?
Okay, wait.
love.
I have questions on that because
Yeah.
I also identify with OCD. Did it manifest more mental or more physical?
Well, there's not really that much of a difference. I mean, the OCD that people like know is the like I have to straighten things.
Yes.
Because that's
Or
very
like
visible.
touch the doorknob 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like or like checking things. Mine
Yeah.
was like a kind of a checking thing. It's hard for me to talk about because it will like bring me back
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
we don't have to
Yeah.
get into it.
No, I can talk about it, but the specifics,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's just not. But I'm also like cured of it, so it's like fierce.
Slay.
But
Slay.
I mean, the tendencies will always be there, but
Yeah.
you like get over it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also like, you can get over your mental illness. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you can't. People like shoot me, but I'm like,
You're gonna get shot.
you can kind
Yeah.
of get over it. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you're schizo, that's like a different
Well,
type.
well,
yeah. And like if you have like, if you can find like
I'm not gonna
coping
say what I
tools
was
and
thinking.
mechanisms
Yeah.
and like, yeah.
also the point of like therapy and stuff like that is to get over it. Like
Yeah.
you want to get through this. You want to get to a
Right.
place where this isn't a problem
Right.
anymore.
Like
And
some
I th-
people like love to use like those ideas as like I'm in therapy because I just want to like linger on this one issue
Well,
and like identify with
and
this
here's
forever.
what's really spooky about therapy and stuff is like if you don't have a plan for being like this needs to end, like there will be, you don't keep going to the doctor when you're sick. You get better and you don't go to the doctor anymore.
Yeah.
But then
I
with
love
therapy,
this.
what
I
will
love
happen
this.
is you will find like things that you can bring to the appointment to complain about or
Yeah.
like have a problem with. I'm not saying it's not real, guys. Relax.
And
like,
not saying that there aren't things that like
Yeah.
need to be like
of course, duh.
spat out and like dissected and like whatever.
But like
Absolutely.
for
yeah.
me, maybe you guys like want to do something different. For me, I wanted to get over it. I
Yeah.
wanted to be done with this.
Yeah.
Like it was years of like, why am I like not getting over these things that are not real that I
Yeah.
have to keep checking?
Yeah.
like,
Right.
blah blah blah. Like this is stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I want to be done.
Yeah.
And then of course they have to put you on like medication for that. And like the thing that also is like, oh, this shit is so not real is when the answer to out of control intrusive thoughts that like you have to check on and like disprove constantly
Yeah.
is just overdosing you on antidepressants. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, really? That's how like unprecise we are with
Yeah.
like psychiatry. Okay, fierce. And this isn't like
Yeah.
real. And it helped, but also when you're ODing on antidepressants,
Yeah.
you get side effects.
Yeah,
And,
I
like
was gonna say, don't
like
you
I
like?
developed like a tremor. I don't really have it anymore, but I used to like do this because you're so full
Wow.
of serotonin that
I'm so happy you guys.
yeah, and like your muscles like
Yeah.
fire like not smoothly. And like when for people with OCD and like OCD related things, and I don't say I have OCD anymore. I don't affirm that. I wish people would stop affirming I have XYZ mental illness.
Right.
You're like making it too true. Like just say it's a thing that's going on and we're
Yeah.
gonna get over it. Okay. If
Right.
you really want to get rid of it. But the theory of course is that I think some people get a payoff from like saying
You're
they have
right.
some- whatever. I don't care. Bye. I keep looking at that camera, not that camera.
Alex
Hello.
Pierce is in the
Hello.
building.
Yeah, and like it's the new horoscope. It's the new Hufflepuff Ravenclaw. But
Okay.
whatever.
I have things to add.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, first of all, I didn't know that I had OCD because I also had like really severe intrusive thoughts that seemed to get worse when other aspects of my mental health were compromised. So when I was severely depressed, my OCD was really fucking bad. And I didn't even know that I had OCD until like literally one day I was like just on the internet and I saw someone post something very specific about intrusive thoughts. And I was like, what the fuck? Then I started Googling, learned that I wasn't fucking crazy and that this actually was OCD. And then I was like, oh, okay, I have OCD. And I've talked to multiple therapists about it and have never ever received like constructive advice on how to move past it except for things I've found on the internet and like constructive ways in which other people have therapized themselves
Yes.
out of their OCD
That's
essentially.
what I had to do. OCD is like one of the hardest things to like figure out because
Yeah.
it's so nonsensical.
Yeah.
It's just anxiety like on a loop. And one thing you just made me remember that a point I want to make is these acronyms all end in D, disorder. It's a disorder when it ruins your life. It's not a disorder. It's not a mental illness just because it's something you experience. Like anxiety,
Right.
welcome to being a human.
Yeah.
Depression, welcome to being a human.
Yeah.
Unable to focus. Obsessive about something.
Yeah.
Welcome to being a human. It becomes a disorder when you can't handle it.
Right.
But just because you experience those things does not mean it's, disorder time or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not gatekeeping. That's not what I'm doing. It's like, we just need to stop, not to be QAnon conspiracy theorist. They want to sell you pills, bitch.
Yeah.
No,
They
yeah.
want you to pay
No, yeah.
$120 for a therapy session.
Yeah.
Hello, it's a business. This
Yeah.
is America.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I
but I got
also
over
do.
it. And the
I
only way I got over
also-
it is like spiritual awakening or whatever bullshit.
Baby,
You just got to get
those
over it.
crystals, honey.
I
Yeah.
do want to
Shove
say
those crystals
something
up
else
your
in regard to antidepressants, because
Not on
I've
those anymore.
I've never been on them. I probably should have been at some point, but I got through it without medication. And I'm also like, I love medications, but at the same time, I've never had a problem with them. So like, if I need to stop any of my medications, I'm happy to do so.
My
You know
favorite
what I'm
medicine is
saying?
Accutane. I think everybody
Oh,
should go on
I'm on
Accutane.
Accutane.
Oh yeah,
I have
Put it
like
in the
a half a
water.
month
Put
left.
birth control in the water too.
so
please.
true.
Isn't that basically Accutane?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for girls, I want to see what that baby looks like.
Oh my
no,
god.
so true,
Stop.
so true.
You see it on the
Um,
fucking pill bottle on the package every day.
So antidepressants, I saw like this whole thing on the internet, someone trying to like
DIY.
go off their antidepressants and like slowly tapering them off. And there's this thing, maybe you've experienced this, is a thing that they call fucking brain zaps. And it literally feels, yeah. And I like read multiple comments and watched multiple other videos
Brain
of people
zaps?
talking about these brain zaps.
I think I've heard
and
of
it's
this.
where like basically like when you're tapering off them at certain points throughout the day, you'll randomly get a feeling that feels like your brain is being electrocuted quickly.
What the fuck?
And then it goes away, but apparently it's like really excruciating. And this girl was like, yeah, and like my brain zaps just got so bad I had to like go back to like the dose that I was taking before. And then all these other people were like, oh my god, the brain zaps, the brain zaps, the brain zaps. And I was like, if we are taking medications that are making our brains feel like they're being
Yeah.
electrocuted, let's go back to the drawing board
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. That's fucking
Like,
nuts.
Let's maybe reconsider.
Well,
you know
so
what
now
I'm
this girl's
saying?
on this medication for the rest of her life because
Yeah.
she doesn't want to have her
Yeah.
fucking
You just
brain
reminded
fry.
me that when I was like, I'm over this. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want these side effects, and I don't give a fuck. I'm cured. And after I graduated in 2021 December, I'm like, cold turkey. I'm not going to do this anymore. Really bad idea. Went full nutso. Everything came back.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hello, I need to do this again.
Yeah.
And then with a plan to come off of them eventually,
Right.
because I
Yeah.
don't want to be on like a medication for the rest of my life. And then by doing it like kind of slowly or whatever, everything was fine. But I didn't experience brain zaps, but I did go nutso. I did go
Yeah.
fully like worse than I've ever been cuckoo banana.
Yeah.
Cuckoo banana.
I want to ask.
It was also
about
combined
that.
with like graduating and like that transition. But
Yeah.
This is intense, but like, have you ever done any time in like a psych ward or anything?
No.
I kind of like, I'm going to cut this out, but like, I want to experience that.
Why?
I just want to see what it's like.
I feel like I would like lose my mind and just being
I
there.
don't think
I
it's like
would enjoy
conducive
it.
to like the
Yeah.
human
I would
spirit.
love to talk to everybody there. I would love to like learn everything about everybody.
just be like a journalist.
Yeah. And then also like maybe like just do some work.
Some exercises.
Yeah.
Some puzzles with like.
Well,
a
that's
crazy
why I
girl.
want to do
That would be the best
ayahuasca. Your psych word is my ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
Because I could work through a lot of stuff with that. People do it in Santa Monica
I've
now.
thought about that, but like you've heard the stories about people like being stuck in like a permanent state of psychosis after doing like
No, I haven't heard of that.
oh yeah, it's a really real thing.
Wait, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's a really weird
You
like when
guys.
I love
people
stuff like that,
use when people
though.
use like drugs as like therapy, like a lot of people have incredible experiences, blah 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 blah, but there are stories of certain people, and it can happen with most drugs. Like it could happen when you're doing Molly, it could like whatever. But like there are stories of people who like
You guys, I'm terrified
get
right
stuck
now.
in this like permanent
You'd have
state
fun.
of psychosis, and
Wasn't that just when your brain's fried?
pretty much
It's when reality isn't real for you anymore.
Yeah.
And you can't distinguish real from not real.
I saw a girl post something about it. She went to do like an ayahuasca thing in some other country, ended up like going into one of those, spent some time in the hospital, ran away, got married with somebody, blah 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 blah.
Skill
and then
issue.
one
That's a
day
skill
she
issue.
like came to one day she like came to and was like, what the fuck just
Yeah,
happened?
Love that.
Yeah.
No way.
It's a thing that like happens to people, and I would be paranoid
willing
that
to
that
take
would
that
happen to me.
risk.
It sounds kind of fun.
I know. Like, if you
Because
get
the upside is so
Why
cool.
not?
The
Yeah.
upside is so cool.
But some people never snap out of it. Some people just live in this like state of delirium
get
and
over it.
psychosis forever. It's so true. Just
Get
move
over it.
on. Just move on.
Drama
Okay.
queens.
I don't know. I'm scared, you guys.
Well, you don't have
Of
to do
what?
it.
Should I do it? I'm gonna.
No.
sign up.
Ayahuasca. You guys, what if the three of us, let's do a vlog and go on an ayahuasca retreat?
Did they let you vlog on those?
Probably not.
Absolutely
No.
not.
Have you heard about those? Like,
Is that like a Tranquillum situation?
What now?
what?
Oh my god, have you guys seen that?
No, what are you
Jenkums?
saying?
Tranquillum with Nicole Kidman.
I don't know.
What
maybe-
the hell is going on?
9 Perfect Strangers. That show.
Oh, yeah. I didn't watch that, but
Oh
I
my
know
god,
what
it's
about.
so good.
didn't
It's like the
watch
best
that.
show
That's
in the
what I need
world.
to
Oh my
do.
god, I love it. I wish I could like start. I wish I've never seen that and could watch it again.
So
But is
you
it
should
like
watch
that
it.
where you like go to a retreat and you just get fed drugs and stuff?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like somebody who like watches
moderator.
over you.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
remember.
probably it's not
That
as
sounds
nice
like
as
those
that.
ketamine therapy things that people go to.
Ketamine is
Oh.
probably similar.
I think this was on. I think I listened to like 2 episodes of The Bald and Beautiful, but I don't listen to podcasts. Like I couldn't
love
listen
Trixie and
anymore.
Katya.
But I think it was
You
They-
saw that episode where Katya goes down to Mexico.
in like in a parking lot.
Yeah,
and
in like a field and there's like
yes.
pigs and stuff.
Wait,
People are
wait,
throwing
what
up.
does she do?
Katya took ayahuasca in Tijuana with
Yeah.
like 50 people, and like they moderate or like whatever, they make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
And I think for her, she was like trying to get over addiction or something.
Yeah.
But that sounds cool.
She said that like they were like literally in like a fenced in parking lot basically, and like but one of the like rites of passages when you take ayahuasca is like you kind of have to throw up, and like everybody like you
jeez.
take it and then like you will throw up, like it's just gonna happen.
You're poisoning
and if
yourself,
you and if
basically.
you don't throw up, then like you're probably not gonna experience anything. And it's just it's like a whole mess, but there are people who like watch over you, and like you have like your little guides and like whatever.
Is this like a 1-day situation?
Or like an
yeah,
overnight.
like yeah. Or you can do like there are like full like retreats that are like a couple of
Yeah,
days.
but I'm not going to
or,
Brazil.
I would like
No.
need to see what the accommodations are like to
No,
consider
exactly. Yeah,
I'm not
but
do-
I
I'm not
think it's
going to the
also like you
jungle.
probably are like meant to be like stripped of like luxuries and stuff to like really get into
I'd
it.
want it that way.
Maybe. I don't know. I just would need a lot of like serious. I'm like weird about drugs, and so like if I'm gonna
Really?
experiment with any new drugs, like I need a medical professional to be around. And so like the first time I did ketamine, the only reason I did it was because I
You
was
did
with
ketamine?
my boyfriend who was a doctor.
What was that like?
I love ketamine.
What is it like?
I don't know how to explain it. One of my friends who's sober described it to me the other day. He was like, he doesn't drink, and he was like, I tried ketamine. Well, he's not sober. He just doesn't drink. But he's like, I tried ketamine and I felt like I was cheating because it felt too much like being drunk. And he was like, so I won't do ketamine anymore. But like it does kind of feel like being drunk. But for me personally, and I don't think everybody experiences this, and maybe it's just because of the way like my first experience with ketamine was, but like all I want to do when I do ketamine, I want to sit on a couch and I want to have the deepest conversations known to man. Like I feel like I'm much more open and can like perceive other people better and like can receive other people's energy better when I'm doing ketamine. And it's just like a really unique experience, and it makes sense to me why people use it as like a like therapeutic drug.
Yeah.
It's a
Snaps you
it's
out
a
of it.
fun drug. What are your drug addictions? What do you do?
Well, I'm not sure I can say, but I'm very scared of ones that like people take at like EDC or something, like the ones that make you really happy and stuff.
Like
Molly.
Molly
Because like a
and like
come down,
ecstasy.
that would be
Yeah.
really
hard on you.
yeah. I would go cuckoo. I
Yeah.
can't believe people can tolerate that sort of like. I'm already on a roller coaster. I don't need to like amplify it.
For
you know?
sure.
So that's stuff. But I really want to try ayahuasca.
Yeah.
That sounds so cool. Because you would like. I feel like I'd figure out that. This is so corny, but you'd get to see like that this is a simulation and like this
Yeah.
is all like made up and for fun.
Yeah.
And it's like we are souls that make up a body, but we're not a body with like a soul. It's so stupid.
I
But
kind of
like,
love that.
No,
I feel
that's
like
gorge.
you would like get to see that. So
And
that
I-
could be really useful.
I feel like going into it with like that expectation kind of, then you would really be able to dive into that and like embrace
Yeah.
that.
could be
which
really
would be a
useful.
I
slay.
think it's kind of like with any drug, though. You know, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
we've all had bad trips here and there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I'm like, I don't want to take any drug that like I won't do coke. Like
I don't understand it.
My heart rate, like I'm already on the verge of a heart attack at any given moment of any day, and I have Adderall. Like I don't need to do coke.
And not to be boomer Fox News, but like the fentanyl.
oh yeah, that's
No,
scary.
it freaks me out.
We always
Legalized.
we always. I feel like we always talk about drugs. We always circle back to
Well,
drugs.
we do, and also that's like one of my favorite questions to ask somebody new.
It's like, what drugs do you do?
What's your drug of choice? It's the
Drugs really
best.
scare me.
Me too. I'm a pussy when it comes to drugs for
Really
sure.
scare me. Alcohol
Yeah.
scares me. It all
I'm
scares
like,
me.
this is a recorded line, but I will try anything.
Love
once.
Accutane, though.
I love
Mhm.
I snort
Mhm.
Accutane.
I'm also like, even when it comes to alcohol, like I don't ever really get like, I'll get drunk, but I don't ever get that drunk because I'm like, I don't need to, you know.
I feel like I have a really healthy relationship with substances because I'm always like, I don't know. I just, well, aside from a vape,
Yeah.
but like I don't want to be. I don't know. I don't want to be like drunk or hungover like all the time. I don't like
Yeah.
the taste of alcohol. Like I don't know how someone can be an alcoholic, but I
Yeah.
understand that that's
like a
a
thing.
full thing. But for me personally, like the feeling of being drunk is like not worth like the taste.
That's what I was
of the
telling you coming
alcohol.
upstairs. I did like when I feel it, I'm like, oh, this has to stop. I'm done.
Right.
I want it
Right.
to turn off.
Being drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Get
and
rid
he
of
was
it
saying
now.
Yeah.
like you, like there, once you're in it, like you can't turn
no,
back.
you gotta wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I definitely feel that. I felt that way with like certain drugs and stuff before.
Where you want it to be gone.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't want to be
And
doing
I don't
this
like
anymore.
the feeling that like I can't like run away or like drive away or disappear the moment I want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You know? I don't like being impaired.
Yep. Yeah. I feel that.
Like,
Okay.
I
Well,
love being
that
impaired.
fucking conversation took a lot of turns.
I know.
girls.
I know it's not good.
All
That was
over
really
the
good.
place as per usual.
Everyone,
best kind.
literally, I'm already imagining all the messages I'm going to get from friends being like, you guys didn't let your guests talk once.
We did what now?
We didn't
We
let
didn't
you
let
talk
you
once.
speak.
I feel like I talked so much.
I feel like
Oh, good. Okay.
Did
I
I?
feel like we all talked an
Hi
equal amount.
guys.
Maybe I'm just being
Yeah,
insecure.
we talked a lot.
You just talk a
projecting.
lot.
No, you're just being insecure.
I am.
It was
I
like
do just talk a
50%
lot.
you, 50% me and him.
I feel like it was really even.
Right?
I said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Slay.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous girlies.
Yeah.
We did it.
This
Thank
was
you for
really
being a part of
fun.
This was fun.
I was their
Can
first
you come
guest,
here
you guys.
every
Our
week?
first
Sure.
guest ever.
Every week.
Even though LA is very traumatizing, I'll
Yeah.
make the trek.
This
That's
is now
true.
Hot and Bothered featuring
This is my
PJ.
favorite apartment in the world. So
I
Oh
know,
my God,
isn't
that's
it?
the nicest
Fun
thing.
I'm
little-
gonna
Some
sleep on the
people-
sidewalk.
Some people comment. I have a little
you
little
can
nook
just
for
sleep
you.
in this.
I'll sleep in the
whatever
shower.
that's
Yeah.
called.
Or the little bird cage.
I have
Yes.
people will comment on our videos and be like, "Are they fucking recording in a hotel room?" And I'm like,
No,
"Thank you
they're
so
we're
much."
recording
Like, is
in
that an
Newport Coast.
Is that an insult though? Like,
I
where the
think
fuck do you live?
it's a
Like,
compliment.
really
in
good.
the corner.
Looks really
No,
good.
exactly. Like on the floor with no fitted sheet.
You're living a very charmed life. You
Don't
know?
get me started,
Me?
girlies.
Thank you. I don't
In
have
the
a job
cutest
and
little neighborhood
I'm gonna get
ever.
evicted. No, I'm obsessed. Like
We need
everything
to find
about
someone
this.
to pay your rent.
We do. Hi guys, if you want to donate to the cause, yeah. Okay. Anyway, this was fun.
This was
Yeah, should we do a
gorge.
final plug? I'm PJ. I'm Poster Journal. This is a shirt. It's
Yes.
not available, but it will be eventually. I don't know.
You can
business,
find
marketing.
You can find PJ on Instagram at the Poster Journal, right?
Yeah, at Poster Journal.
If you need to go into our followers, find Poster Journal, do it that way. Whatever
Yeah.
you do, go follow Poster Journal. Cute, fun, funny shit. Also our shit, Hot and Bothered the Pod. Also homework. What are we
Oh,
assigning them for
homework.
homework?
We have to give people homework.
We have to give
Yes,
people
We
homework.
give people
Love.
homework.
And
Fuck, what we talked about so much.
We talked about so fucking much.
What homework are we giving these motherfuckers?
Okay, one thing you're not gonna do
Get an
is
Adderall
if you are
prescription.
with that, yeah. But I think
We
we've
do
assigned
that.
that
That's
before, but
like
that's like a weekly homework.
Yeah, it's like every week.
Yeah.
It's like, go get your Adderall.
If you are the type of person, which nobody who would like comment mean things on people's videos is listening to this podcast, but like just don't comment on people's videos this week unless it's positive. Don't comment on people on the internet. Don't do any of that. Don't engage in that way. Don't be an internet freak. That's my homework
Don't
to
be
you.
a fucking loser troll.
Yeah, don't do that. What did you talk about, Chris?
I talked about cancel culture, I guess.
Get canceled this week then.
Yeah, cancel someone.
Yeah, cancel someone.
Wait, I'm trying to think
I
of
need you
something.
to pull it together.
No, I'm trying to think of and like my medication's wearing off,
Yeah.
guys. Like I don't know how to fucking talk. Like like don't give a fuck if you're gonna get canceled.
Well, that's
I don't
the
know.
thing, yeah.
It's
Say
just like
something that's cancel worthy and
Yeah.
don't let yourself be canceled.
We need to go to the limits. We need to go to the edges
Yeah.
and protect them.
Push
Like,
boundaries.
get over yourself.
Doctors
Oh my
Without
gosh.
Borders.
Yeah.
Yeah. What homework are you giving them, PJ?
I think.
Get
I think
pregnant.
you. Yeah. Well.
have a baby.
Yeah.
Get
that's
married.
Exactly.
Sign that prenup.
Yeah. I want everybody to be really careful about consider a life without children. Just do it.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
And go off your antidepressants.
Mental health
What is
isn't
it called?
real.
Brain
It's all in your
zaps?
head. Yeah.
Brain zaps.
You don't need
Experience
go
a
off your
brain zap.
medication right now, cold turkey, and everything will be okay.
You
Where
won't
That's your homework.
Where
experience
can I
psychosis.
find brain zaps? I want to experience
Yeah.
that.
Oh, we'll find it.
I
We're
think
in
there's
LA.
a
We
few
can find
probably like clinical trials that we could sign you up for.
it. Yeah, you
Okay,
see those
slay.
Instagram ads.
That's literally
funny.
gonna be me.
Yeah.
Okay, girls, thank you for tuning into this super long episode.
Absolutely love you.
Let us know how you feel about our first guest experience. 'Cause
Or
we
don't.
had
Actually,
so
don't,
much
because
fun.
I can't
Do
handle
not.
that.
Do not. We
I
don't
can't
give a
handle that.
fuck.
That is
I
so
can't handle
true.
that.
Okay, we love you all.
We love you
Mwah,
guys.
mwah.
Mwah.
Talk to
Big
you later.
kisses.
Bye.
XO.